coming up on Rhetorically Defective.
The baby is a fucking cell, a conglomerate of cells this big.
You believe that? You know it has a heartbeat after 8 weeks, John. It has a heart.
Please.
It has a heart. You know it has a heart.
So does this snail. In my mind, he's a fucking murderer, to be honest with you.
Who is Tucker Carlson murdered?
So couldn't there be women that were above age there? Couldn't there?
So you admit that Bill Clinton's going to an island and just banging people, but he was banging of age people while Jeffrey Epstein was banging kids? That's what you believe?
Who knows? Maybe Bill Clinton said, I'm only going to bang girls 21 and over. How do you know?
I guess you think that's cool.
Don't
That's
say
cool.
it,
Let me. Monica Lewinsky was not an intern.
You're the one screaming over me, by the way.
Did she work for you, John?
I know.
You've had a girlfriend, but I'm saying, was she an employee for you? Did you ever, any of the Tonight Show interns, did you ever stick a cigar up their pussy?
It doesn't matter.
Why wouldn't Bill Clinton ever bring a Secret Service to Epstein Island?
I don't know. Do you know?
Yeah, because he's banging kids he doesn't want them to see. Yeah, I do know. I do know.
Matt Super Chat, John, your hair is disgusting. That's because I just took a shower and it's wet. It'll dry during the show, you dumb fuck. Okay, Blackman, if I'm gonna lie to a woman about if she looks fat in a dress, things like that. So here he is, the man who still believes we didn't go to the moon and that the earth is flat and that Santa Claus is real. Bring it up, or give it up for Prime Time Stein, Alex K. Stein, aka Alejandro Stein.
Thank you, John. Thank you, John. Dude, first of all, everybody knows the Santa Claus is fake. Come on, that's not have anything to do with the moon.
Everybody knows that we were on the moon.
Do you think the government tells us the truth, John?
For the most part, yes, I do.
Oh, you gotta be kidding me. Okay. First of all, let's just go through.
Hey, okay, hold on,
John.
Yeah.
That is
every single argument. I don't mind if they send food that I could eat. The problem is, they just sent me a bunch of little salt packets. Fine, I could use them. So this idiot, but thanks for the $5, you fucking troll. No other reason. There are plenty Cubanos here. It's not a white supremacist place. You're just a dumb fuck looking to make sensational look. You want to just promote false propaganda, you fucking creep. On Christmas morning, they called it twice at 3:30 a.m.
That's low class. That's as low class as it gets.
And then you got a guy like here.
I sent you a mic. We got to plug it in. Your audio would be but your audio is not terrible on the Mac, but it would just be better on that.
No, Alex. I tried, and then people said it was worse than my Mac, or they were trolling me. I don't know. I know it irritates, like all the trolls, but it's just the fucking truth. I was like one of Howard's closest friends. Now, I knew because this is can't argue with this, Alex.
I can argue with it all day. I'm just trying to be respectful.
Alex, hold on. I love you though. I do. Oh God, I had a date yesterday. Alex, fucking hot, fucking multi-millionaire. She's in her life bought 100 houses. She owns like fucking 10 now. I mean, it's a fucking, and she's hot as shit. And like, you never know after the date. So then I text her. I go, I had a great time. I hope I can see you again. Then while I'm on the air yesterday, she texts back likewise.
That's good.
All right. The bone I have to pick with you is that you asked me to do your show. So I'm sitting there trying to get on, and I keep trying to get on.
John, you said you couldn't do it, and then I thought you couldn't do it. I'll have you on this week. Oh my gosh. You literally said, I don't know if I can do it. And then you called me while I was live on the air. I want to have you on. I'd be honored to have you on. Do not take that offense like that. I called you 5 hours earlier.
I'm fucking texting you. Alex, I'm here.
I was live on my show, and my show's just a little different where I don't check this. I can't look at my phone.
By the way, what is that show? I mean, you're running around like fucking Bob McAllister in Romper Room. What the fuck are you doing on that fucking thing?
Just calling somebody effeminate, that's just like locker room talk like your favorite Donald Trump does. I understand where you're coming from. It's not a place of hate to be like, you're drinking your beer, a little intimidating. Yeah,
I get it. I said, or a metrosexual. Is that an offensive term?
No, that's not offensive at all.
So then this idiot started saying that, like, I was anti-gay. I'm like, what are you talking about? Because look, 30 years ago when we were on Stern, we used the F word for gay.
Yeah.
All of us did. But it wasn't then determined to be offensive. Like, it wasn't like.
All right, time him. That's fine. You don't care about that, John. Do you?
I'll do whatever, but I mean, I think he's a faggot for not raping.
Crazy man.
No, I don't mean in the gay sense, just in the word.
That's just a silly thing to say.
And now this is 5 years ago. Alex, don't get bored of me.
No, I got a text message. I was just looking at.
I hate.
I got the Apple Watch. Yeah, I got a TN.
Put away when you're talking. You don't want to get distracted. I don't even have my phone in this room. That's the key to a good fuck. You got to listen. You got to listen so you can talk. So I tweet out that Carl, this guy,
owes you money.
Yeah, no, I said that he welched. Now I never knew that that's an offensive term. Did you?
Welch on a bet? No, that's not offensive.
Yes, apparently it is because some girl on Twitter said,
"Who gives a fuck about some girl on Twitter?" I mean, what the fuck? Everybody on Twitter is mentally insane.
Okay. I then just was curious, Alex, because very smart people are curious to learn. They're eager
Not
to
me.
learn.
I already know it all. I figured it all out, John.
Alex, okay, now you tell me now. Now, Alex, okay, now you tell me now. Now, John was making transgender jokes 7 years ago. Yeah, I didn't know what the fuck. I didn't know what transgender was.
Yeah. Hey, but you have to admit this, okay? And I'm pro-trans, for adults.
I am. I have a trans kid, but I didn't know that. Yeah. I didn't know what it was 7 years ago. Did you?
Well, this is what I'm saying is when Howard used to give the Dr. Sal Calabro free breast implants, I think a couple times he would give them to a trans person, and they would often say, Howard would ask them, are you pre or post-op? And most of the time they'd say, oh, I can't get a surgeon here in America to do the surgery. I have to go to like the Philippines.
What year was that?
In the 90s, I believe.
I don't remember that.
He would give free breast implants. That was like the guy. He would always give them a couple times.
Oh, the advertiser.
Well, no, he was a doctor on the show, but part of the bit was Dr. Sal Calabro would give free breast implants to people. They'd have to they would compete with Gary sometimes, or they would have to show their, get naked, and then they would give them free breast implants. And a couple times it was trans people. And I remember Howard asking him, are you post or pre-op? And they would often say, I can't get that surgery done here in America. And now there's a gender reassignment surgery clinic in almost every single city in the United States, definitely all the major ones.
Look, Jacob Ryan, they were just FYI, and I agree with him, Alex. I'm wearing a tie, button the top up, but I also agree that if you're wearing a polo, don't button the top button. And
who said somebody said in the chat? I'm going to be like you for a second. I do have chest hair. Whoever said in the chat I don't have chest hair, F off. Okay, see how that is, John? That's like what you do. You get mad at these stupid things. And
have you heard of fucking climate change? Are you a climate change?
Okay, climate change is so bad. Yes, because if it's so bad, why did Obama buy a house in Martha's Vineyard? Why does Bill Gates have a house on the beach in San Diego? Why do they all
to have it fucking flooded and sink into the ocean? I'm going to cheer you up. Hold on.
John, but he's Joe. I mean, listen, I actually I like Carl. I think that picture is funny, but he's joking around. He's goofing. You have to like Carl. You have to admit Carl is a comedian and funny.
Is what's the word I'm allowed to use? He stiffed me. How about that? This guy
for $100 or for the super.
I don't care. I want the $100.
Because then you don't even have to teach anymore. You could just podcast. You can have fun. We can have beers on the balcony.
I enjoy teaching.
And we'll keep doing it. No, I'm not telling you not to.
Does anybody fucking realize that I like it?
If you're really passionate about a field, unless
you
it's like
be a teacher without having a 4-year degree.
That's not true. Is that true?
That's true.
What about an associate's degree? If you got...
Are you really going to argue with me? I had to give them all
I'm curious. I'm not arguing. I'm curious. I thought you could have an associate's degree like a cop.
No.
Only has to have
an associate's degree. How dare you compare a cop's education to a person who's going to teach kids? Thank you, silly Wonka.
So now you're a right wing.
Do you want to pull up how that's been debunked? Biden never said to defund the police, ever. Ever.
Well, then
That's
why did
exactly-
Kamala Harris and all them, they put out special funds to bail people out of jail that rioted?
Biden never said to defund the. I don't give
Kamala
a fuck.
Harris did. Kamala Harris donated to
I don't
a
care.
fund.
It's Kamala, first of all. Don't insult her. And she never fucking tried to defund the police.
Kamala and Kamala. Oh my God! Shut up, John. Shut up.
All right, Alex.
Well, I'm just saying. Come on.
Right,
Well, you get mad because they get mad at you for mispronouncing a word, and then you're getting mad at me. Hypocrisy Police now. Put on the shirt.
No. And by the way,
news. Fake news, like your man Donald Trump.
Yeah, okay.
And you should start liking Donald Trump because you have a personal relationship with him.
Oh.
He's going to jail. You can go visit him in jail.
Oh, so you actually agree he's going to jail?
Well, I hope so, because I hope he's president from jail. I think that'd be awesome. If he goes to jail, I'm going to vote for him harder. I'm going to go get some mail-in ballots, and I'm even going to go. Listen, I'll commit fraud. I'll go to the nursing home and just sign people's stuff, just like the Democrats do, to get Trump in if he's in jail.
So you believe the election was rigged?
Yes, duh.
Oh,
yeah.
No, but
So I'm very close with my parents.
Where are they from, Stein?
My dad is from Dallas. My mom's from Evansville, Indiana. But I mean, I thought we don't go after families. I'm very close with my family. Don't make fun of my dad. Don't make fun of my mom.
I'm not making fun of them,
Yeah.
but where are their roots?
Dallas and Indiana are their roots.
Well, Stein is I'm guessing, a Jewish name.
Yeah, I know. But I mean, we're not from Israel. I was born here in America.
Why do they ask you for money? Are you rich?
A little bit.
So send me a super chat.
I will. I'm not broke.
I'm
not rich.
I know what this means.
That means he's from Israel. He's Jewish.
Oh, is that what that means? Because, I don't, he says piazza, I don't know what that means.
That means gay. That means gay.
And what is
the
Newport mean?
It means the N-word.
And he's okay with that?
Well, it's not the word, so yeah, and it's funny, so that's why. It's funny when he calls somebody a piazza or he calls him a Newport. I mean, it's
why is that fun? I don't know.
Because it's edgy, John. Because it's edgy, and people want to be edgy.
You think that's edgy?
To use like a secret word, yeah, I would argue that is like edgy comedy. Yeah.
Oh my God, you don't even know that.
John, you worked on a show that had Daniel Carver. No, but listen, you had the Ku Klux Klan Grand Master on your show.
I didn't.
Black guy from the sales department, you're surrounded by the Daniel Carver Ku Klux Klan. Does that make you nervous at all?
You know what? I'm not nervous. Actually, Howard, I'd like to take him to Harlem for lunch. I think I can convert him.
Daniel, would you ever go to lunch with a black man?
Without Sal sharpening, if we can go down there first.
Daniel, would you?
I don't want to eat with no nigger.
Why not? Why not eat with a black man? What is wrong with that?
Well, I just want to stay with my own kind.
Right.
I don't want to be around them.
Would you be thrown out of the Klan or suffer?
I can't be thrown out of the Klan.
Couldn't you?
In my heart.
If you were caught dining with a black person, wouldn't that be?
Well, I ain't gonna be caught dining with no black person because I ain't gonna be with one of them.
Right.
Did I book the guests?
I know, but did you ever put your foot down and say, Howard, I refuse to work with a white supremacist of the Grand KKK Ku Klux Klan? Did you ever say that, John? Did you ever say, I don't want to be in a room with the Grand Dragon Wizard of the KKK?
No, instead, I interviewed him and called him out for all his fucking bullshit.
And that's why I like Howard, because that's why I think we should have, these people that are Nazis, we need to bring them on stuff and lampoon them, John. Instead of, hiding them off the internet, this sounds crazy, we need more Daniel Carver so we can make fun of. Do you get it? Do you get why that's freedom of speech? Do you get why that's edgy humor? Instead of sweeping it under the rug and being like, oh, it doesn't exist. If you actually show people Daniel Carver, then you can show how abhorrent he is, how disgusting it is. And that kind of wakes people up more than trying to sweep it under the rug and say it doesn't exist. So I think that's necessary to have these tough conversations with people like Daniel Carver. Even though it's repugnant with his beliefs, I still think it's important to have those conversations.
You're suggesting Kevin Brennan is like Daniel Carver.
No, I'm just saying you try to act all sensitive. No, I'm not comparing Kevin to him. I'm saying you were part of an edgy show. So you're getting mad at him for being edgy. You were on the edgiest show. Howard Stern was the edgiest of edge.
I like Kevin Brennan. So if he why do you think all these guys are dying so young? I don't get it.
From the Fauci ouchie.
Well, here we
Gilbert, and then Bob Saget, all dying under mysterious circumstances. It's weird. Something's weird.
I have mysterious circumstances. He had a fucking serious fucking problem, medical problem.
Heart attack? Myocarditis?
No, he had some weird fucking disease. I don't know what it was.
How did Joe Biden get more votes from the black community than Barack Obama?
Well, so you're trying to say that just because
I'm saying Barack Obama is much more popular with the black community than Joe Biden, and you cannot debate that.
That's your assessment.
I think that's the reality of the situation.
Okay.
Do you remember the change? Do you remember 2008? Everybody had a T-shirt that said change on it. Do you remember that?
Hope and change.
But do you remember how big that was? Have you ever seen somebody wearing Biden merch anywhere? Have you ever seen a T-shirt with Biden's face on it that says change?
I wear it. I have tons of it.
That says a lot. But what I'm saying is
that says
the
a
merch.
lot.
Yeah, please tell me how that's ignorant to say that Barack Obama is more popular than Joe Biden when it's an obvious fact. Go ahead.
Okay, hold on. First of all, let's address one thing at a time. The as far as why there are more people buying MAGA stuff is because the people that think that like Trump are incredibly stupid. There's no money in liberal media. The money all goes to the conservatives. And that is why conservative shows like Rush Limbaugh's and Glenn Beck's, your master.
Boss, my boss.
Your master. That's why because the Democrats are cheap fucks. That's it.
Because they're all poor because they can't get jobs because they're on government welfare. That's why. Maybe if we helped out these poor people, helped out these marginalized people, they could afford to buy a baseball hat. But the Trump people have enough money to buy a $10 hat.
What a stupid generalization. So the Democrats are the only
You're
ones.
the one that's stupid. You say every Trump supporter is stupid. You said a generalization. You know that for a fact. Not every Trump voter is stupid.
You don't even believe he incited an insurrection. Alex, I think, how old are you?
Old enough, 26.
Well, that means that you're very naive. And one day, I'm going to send you this interview. And one day, I can't wait till you go, I was a fucking idiot.
Deserves some choice.
Who the fuck are you
Baby
to
deserves.
tell a woman what to do with her body?
What are you talking about? They tell us to do shit with our body all the time. They have mandatory vaccines to go to school. They tell us all the time to do stuff with their bodies. What are you talking about?
Yeah, but you're against that.
Yeah, I know. I am against that.
Why
But
are
I don't
you
think you
okay?
should.
So
A
why are you
baby's
okay
body.
with them telling
No,
you?
the baby's body. I'm talking about the.
So why are you okay with them telling you can't have an abortion?
No, because the baby's not choosing the thing, the human that they're killing inside of them.
The baby is a fucking cell. A conglomerate of cells this big.
You believe that? You know it has a heartbeat after 8 weeks, John. It has a heart.
Please.
It has a heart. You know it has a heart.
So does a snail.
What has Trump done racist? What has he done racist? No,
Which
what?
part?
Well, he said Taco Bowl, and I'm saying there are complaints about Trump. He cheated on his wife. He grabs girls by the pussy. I get that. I'm not going to argue that.
No,
What has he done racist?
Mexicans who are rapists, drug dealers.
John, we have people coming through our border that have serious criminal records. Let me pull up something right now. A guy had a 275-year life sentence in Brazil and just got arrested in New Hampshire.
How many white people have committed horrible crimes in America?
And they're held accountable for it. Instead, when they commit a crime in their country, they're sending them here. No, they're sending their worst people over here. John,
because they're fucking Mexican.
The cartel is the number one when it comes to human trafficking. Everybody at the border, they have what is called coyotes that work for the cartel, that have AK-47s. These are not nice people. If the cartel is bringing people to our country, I'm against it. If you're
American guys who are killing people here.
John.
He generalized all Mexicans and called them rapists, drug dealers.
He did not do that. He did not say all Mexicans. And rapists have come across the border, John. I hate to break it to you. There's been a lot of criminals that have come across the border because in their country, they're facing crimes. So they can come up here. And it's just like when an American runs away to Brazil, just like when all the Nazis ran away to South America. People run away to other countries. I just prefer them not to run to our country. Tell them to run to Canada. Tell them to run to Europe. Tell them to run to Africa. You don't see everybody going to Africa, do you, John? No, nobody's claiming amnesty in Africa. I'm saying they're all coming to America because we're letting them do it.
Said when Mexico sends people, they're not sending their best. They're sending people that have lots of problems, and they're bringing those problems with us. They're bringing drugs. They're bringing crime. They're rapists. And some
the people that they're bringing over, and some of them are drug dealers. So you're saying we had 88,000 drug overdose deaths. No, shut up. Let me tell you this. We had 88,000 drug overdose deaths, the most in recorded American history this past year. Have you? No, listen, John. Have you heard? No, John. I'm out of my mind. You know the fentanyl crisis.
You call them rapists, drug dealers.
About the people that are illegally coming over, you are a criminal. If you do not migrate to a country legally, you're a criminal. I'm sorry to break it to you.
Okay, I got friends who are Mexican who came over, and guess what? They're not rapists.
There have been rapists that have come across the border, John.
And rapists in America, way more.
Yeah, I know. So I would like some government regulation to stop more rapists. We already have enough. We're full. We've hit our rapist quota. I don't need any more from Mexico, South America, Ukraine, anywhere.
Alex? What do you say about how the illegal immigrants have been lessened by the Biden administration as opposed to increased?
Wait, say that again. How they've been lessened?
There's been less illegal immigrants coming across the border than there was under Trump. That's a fact. Jack.
That's bullshit.
The most migrant apprehensions in a single day this week, making it the busiest sector. And it's in part because of this. The floodgates are literally open here in the Tucson sector. And there are 141 different gates along the southern border. And the majority of those are open. And the majority of those are open by the federal government. So we talk about how busy the Tucson sector is. And they do this every single year. So what's the problem? Well, the Tucson sector is known for gotaways, for people trying to evade law enforcement. So they're not generally coming through an open door. Well, now they are, and they're doing it by the hundreds. Just this morning, within a matter of hours, Border Patrol telling us it's nonstop. 250 migrants in just 2.5 hours here in this sector. Again, a sector, Kelly, that doesn't deal with people coming over and self-surrendering to Border Patrol agents, but that is what's happening. 1,600 in a single day here.
No, I don't think. I think Fox lies too. Listen, you know who I'm tight with, John? Tucker Carlson. He's the reason why I became popular. He's a friend of mine. He's my biological stepbrother.
You're a friend with Tucker Carlson, the biggest loon in the fucking business.
He's worked for more major companies. He's been the star of a show more than you. I know, because you like to say credits. No, you and Kevin. Oh, I got this credit. I got the Tonight Show credit. Your credits don't even are 1 millimeter compared to his credits, and you know that. So you want to bash Tucker? He's way more certified and way more verified than, unfortunately, you'll ever be, John. So I mean, I know you don't like the guy, but he's a legit guy.
While you're sucking Tucker Carlson's fucking appendix,
because he's a friend of mine, and you're trying to bash Tucker. I'm not going to take it.
I already got done telling you that right-wing media makes more money than left-wing media. Now, that's why Tucker Carlson makes more money than I do. What party was reporting that they had?
Obama said that he was going to withdraw from Afghanistan, but in 8 years, he dropped a drone strike every 20 minutes for 8 years. They killed people at weddings. They killed people at funerals. I'm against a drone strike on an Afghani child. I don't want Afghanistan children to die from a drone strike from America.
Alex, don't pivot.
Behind closed doors, they're basically all friends. They literally agree on stuff. They're all agreeing on the war in Ukraine. It's not. We don't have a right and left. That's all an illusion, and you're falling for it because you're actually not as smart as you think you are. If you're falling for their lies, you admitted it. I'm saying you don't think that there's an elite group of people that control stuff.
Real too.
The Illuminati and Harry Potter are not the same. But you don't think there's guys like Klaus Schwab that run the World Economic Forum? Yeah, I think there's probably a secret society of people. John, have you ever seen Eyes Wide Shut? You know Stanley Kubrick? Have you ever seen, I'm just saying, you don't think there's, John, no, slow down. You don't think secret societies exist, John? You ever heard of Skull and Bones? John, that shows you how dumb you are, is that you know that the government lies, but you can't admit that there's secret societies. John, you can keep laughing, but that shows you're not very smart because you haven't looked into it because you want to believe the official story. You're probably one of those guys like, let's go kill Iraqis because they have weapons of mass destruction. Yet when you actually look at it, you realize the government lied and a bunch of people died for no reason, which I'm against that.
I don't trust the right-wing government, no. I don't trust any righty. They don't even believe climate change exists.
You realize how strict Canada's immigration laws? If you have a DWI in America, you can't go to Canada. Did you know that? Did you know that, John? I know, but I'm saying Canada, they have rules where if you get a drunk driving, a small offense, technically, you can't go into Canada. Yet here in America, you can be a murderer from Brazil and come right in. I don't like that.
Get the fuck out of here.
I'm from America. I'm American. I piss red, white, and blue. I'm not going to run away because a bunch of fucking illegal immigrants are trying to make my life hell. I'm a fighter. I'm not a pussy running away from shit.
Hypocrisy Police with Tucker Carlson. Oh, yeah. Have me have that fucking loon on. Oh, I would love that. Hypocrisy Police with Tucker Carlson. Oh, yeah. Have me have that fucking loon on. Oh, I would love that.
Tucker would crush you, dude. Tucker would embarrass you.
Have him come on.
Yeah, I'm going to waste Tucker's time coming on your show, dude. He's not going to do He would crush you in a debate.
I thought you were a fan. So now you're not a fan? I don't have the fame that he does. You know, it's beneath him.
John, he doesn't go on major shows. I'm talking about shows on TV. You want him to come do a podcast on YouTube? Give me a break, dude. Come on.
Oh, I didn't know he was an elitist. In my mind, he's a fucking murderer, to be honest with you.
Who is Tucker Carlson murdered? Nobody.
He's promoting anti-vaxxing. He's promoting anti-vaxxing. You're a kid right now. You will learn. While you get old, you're going to go, holy shit, what a dump. I'm going to save this. So when you're 45. Save it.
John, I'm gonna troll you. I'm going to bring all this is going to come back on you. I'm just telling you.
I'm going to send this to you. I'm going to go, look. Do you still believe this shit? I will debate anybody and I will win hands down. Like I'm killing you now.
You're not killing me. John, you have a bunch of loony liberals in your chat that you've cultivated. And honestly, that doesn't make you right. I don't know. I don't even know where you're getting this, where you think you've won any arguments about immigration or anything, the vax. Like, you haven't won any arguments. You haven't convinced anybody that you're right.
Argument I've had. Tucker Carlson, dude, you just said he's too big for me.
Do you think somebody should lose their job because they didn't get vaccinated?
What?
Hey, why did LeBron James' son have a heart attack? Why did Bronny James have a heart attack, John? Why don't you tell me that?
What?
Why did LeBron James' son have a heart attack?
I don't know. Why do you have a heart attack? Are you a doctor?
Oh, yeah, because he has an enlarged heart from the things that's enlarging people's hearts.
I'm not saying Trump's perfect, but I'm saying Bill Clinton is hanging out with pedophiles. That's bad. He's getting blowjobs from Monica Lewinsky in the White House. I don't think that's the way a president should act. I mean, I'm sorry, that's crazy.
Alex, really? A blowjob?
Yeah, when you're the president, John, you're not supposed to use your sexual power to manipulate a young intern to sucking your dick. Yeah, that's a crime. That's illegal. That's disgusting. When you're the president, a person that works for you will do anything you tell them to do. So it's not a fair thing. He didn't pick this girl up at a bar. He's the president getting a blowjob in the White House. And he's on Epstein's Island 26 times. Bill Clinton's a pervert. His brother Roger is a cokehead arrested for cocaine. Okay, okay. You try to say that, there's no elite groups, yet Bill Clinton, the president of the United States, is going to Jeffrey Epstein's Island, who is a career pedophile that on his birthday, Jean-Luc Brunel gave him three 11-year-old twins that he had a triple sex with. Alex. So, yeah, I don't think that our president should be hanging out with pedophiles.
Alex.
If they call me crazy.
Alex, now I'm going to ask you a question. Did Bill Clinton know that Jeffrey Epstein was a pedophile?
Yes, because he talked to him after he got arrested for it. They had communications after he went to jail for it. Yes, okay. The DNC. And Anthony Weiner. Do you think Anthony Weiner's a pedophile? Do you think Anthony Weiner's a pedophile? Sending dick pics to a child, is that a crime?
Was he sending it to an underage?
Yes, to an underage girl. That's why he went to jail. And he was married to Huma Abedin. That's Hillary Clinton's right-hand woman. So if Hillary Clinton's best friend is married to a pedophile and Bill Clinton's best friend is a pedophile, birds of a feather flock together. I know you don't want to do that because you can't come to a realization that these people do not care about us. They literally bang children and probably drink the blood after. I know that sounds crazy, but they're on the island.
Wait. So now you're accusing Bill Clinton of having sex with an underage girl? Is that what you said?
Yes. Yeah, I do believe so. Yeah, I believe he's had sex with an underage girl. Yeah, 100%.
And what is your proof?
That he was on Epstein Island 26 times with the world's biggest pedophile.
So that doesn't mean there wasn't. So couldn't there have been women that were above age there? Couldn't there?
So you admit that Bill Clinton's going to an island and just banging people, but he was banging of age people while Jeffrey Epstein was banging kids? That's what you believe?
Who knows? Maybe Bill Clinton said, I'm only going to bang girls 21 and over. How do you know?
I know, because Bill Clinton is letting girls that work for him suck him off in the White House Oval Office. I don't think that's cool, dude. I don't think using your power to make interns suck your dick is cool. I think that's repugnant. I guess you think that's cool. That's cool. Let me make. Monica Lewinsky was not an intern.
Alex, you're the one screaming over me, by the way. So
I know, but he's cheating on his wife. John, did you cheat on your wife? John, did you cheat on your wife, John? Did you ever cheat on your wife?
No.
Why not? Why not?
It doesn't matter why not.
Because you don't want to be a bad husband. So Bill Clinton is a bad husband to Hillary. He's banging multiple girls.
Maybe they have an agreement. How do you know?
Okay, if Hillary Clinton has an agreement with her husband that he can bang children on Epstein's island, I think that's disgusting.
Here we go. Oh, here you go. Now you're making the implication that Bill Clinton banged.
There's pictures of him on the island. There's pictures of him on the island.
You have not proven that Bill Clinton was having sex with a minor. Until you can prove that, your argument is
John,
nil.
you're delusional. These guys are hanging out. They're on Epstein Island. John, they're on Epstein Island.
I have a very good, dear female friend who cheated on her husband. She's a lovely person.
She was horny. She was horny and needed to come. That's why she cheated.
No, what she told me is she needed to get loved. It wasn't about the sex. Because her husband wasn't giving her any love and attention. So that makes her a despicable person.
Yeah, she should break up with her husband before cheating on him.
Really? So, I mean, that's the most ridiculous.
John, that's ridiculous to say cheating's bad. You think you won this argument? I think everybody would agree that cheating is not good in a relationship. You should end the relationship.
Why? I've had threesomes. Who cares? Why are you getting to
I wouldn't ever want anybody banging my wife or girlfriend. I'm too jealous.
Other people's bedrooms. Why?
When Bill Clinton's on an island where there's pedophilia going on, that gives me the right. That gives you the right, because I'm anti-pedophiles, and the people that you like are on these islands with children. I think that's disgusting.
What gives you the right to get into people's bedrooms and decide what is right and what is wrong? What gives you that right?
The government does, because the government puts an age of consent. So there are rights. There are laws to sex. There's laws.
Why do you think that your views should impede their views? I'm just curious.
I'm not saying that people shouldn't be able to swing. I just think that Bill Clinton cheating on his wife constantly with interns while you're the president is bad. That's all I'm saying.
One intern. There you go again. Pluralizing it. It's one intern. Jennifer Flowers was not an intern.
I think she worked. What about that girl? He banged that girl that worked at a coffee shop that ended up dying under mysterious circumstances. Well, I'm just saying he slept with vulnerable women.
Stop using the plural, Alex.
Hey, you're mad about January 6th, but you're just going to let our president just jazz and jack off all over the Oval Office.
Hold on. Why do you assume that was to humiliate her? Maybe it turned him on. How was that humiliating her?
John, sticking a cigar in a girl's pussy.
Adult. She's an adult. She consented. Why is that to humiliate? John,
because when you were doing this to your employee and you're her employer,
hold on.
With your employee, was she your employee? Did she work for you, John? I know you had a girlfriend, but I'm saying, was she an employee for you? Did you ever, any of the Tonight Show interns, did you ever stick a cigar up their pussy?
It doesn't matter. What's the difference between sticking a cigar, if that's a turn on to the both consenting adults? The difference between Jay handcuffing a woman to both consenting adults.
Was she an employee? The difference was when the person that Jay handcuffed, were they an employee?
Play this back.
No, I didn't. Have you ever heard of Harvey Weinstein, John?
Yes.
Do you think what Harvey Weinstein did was good or bad?
Very bad.
Why was it bad? Why was it bad to have a casting couch and manipulate women with sex so they could have roles in Hollywood? Why is that bad?
Well, it's bad because that's Bill Cosby who drugged him, right? How do you know that she just didn't like his personality? And then, so you're pro Harvey Weinstein now? No, I'm not, John. It's called a casting couch. Dude, is a casting couch in Hollywood real or fake, John? Alex,
is it casting, John? Is a casting couch real or fake?
Years old, you're very naive. You need to grow up.
John, is a casting couch real or fake? And I'm 36, not 26.
Have you?
Everybody knows that casting couches have existed in Hollywood forever.
If I ask some guy,
Marilyn Monroe, all of these people supposedly had to bang producers.
So I go on the street and I go, hey, man, you know.
So you don't think that there's people in Hollywood banging people to get roles? You're saying that doesn't exist? That nobody's ever had sex with somebody for... John, you quit playing stupid. You act like you're so smart. Now you're trying to act like nobody's ever banged their way to... Has anybody ever banged their way to the top? Like Kamala Harris when she was sucking Willie Brown's dick when he was a mayor? Yeah, you know, so has anybody ever sucked dick to get ahead in life? I think you're a little delusional in some of your arguments. Some of your arguments okay. Some of them... Harvey Weinstein. Harvey Weinstein, dude, come on.
He raped them.
Jeffrey Epstein raped them, and Bill Clinton's best friend raped people.
You have any of your friends that ever got a DUI or anything or any?
I don't have any friends that are pedophiles. I don't have one friend that's a pedophile. If I knew they were a pedophile, I wouldn't ever associate with them. They would even do stuff on the plane, so they had no. Okay, John, answer this question. One last question. Why wouldn't Bill Clinton ever bring a Secret Service to Epstein Island?
I don't know. Do you know?
Yeah, because he's banging kids he doesn't want them to see. Yeah, I do know. I do know. I'll come back on again to give you some more
I'll need a fucking proof, Alex.
They're on the island 26 times, flying private on his plane. Okay, here, you want to see this picture? I'll show you the proof right now.
Where are the girls that are choosing Bill Clinton to rape? Show me the proof.
Clinton. Okay, I'll show you right now.
Show me the proof. Okay, I'm done. Everybody, I got to go, really. So I'm done with Alejandro Stein. I love him. But, you know, if he's going to accuse people of doing something that is a crime, you should have proof of it. But that being said, I love Alex Stein. He's a good man. I think maybe he just, decided to argue. And I didn't, I was trying to just talk cool stuff. But instead, he wanted to fight. And I got to go. I got my Uber coming in about 5 minutes. So, ladies and gentlemen, I hope you enjoyed this version of the Stuttering John. I had to go. It's not, I'll continue it tomorrow if he wants, but I have to go. This is Stuttering John saying GIGEEYAH.